opportunity of working together.
Pero ahora que trabaja en la ciudad de Nueva York se da cuenta de la diversidad y la oportunidad que existe trabajando en construcción.
So from being a nurse to then studying construction and working on some terrific public projects, both school projects, hospital projects, and other projects for the city and state. Currently working on terrific projects, school projects, and hospital projects.
Ahora está trabajando en varios proyectos públicos, escuelas, hospitales, en fin.
And in particular, projects that we're currently performing is to assist minority and women businesses on those.
Y en particular es para trabajar con empresas de minorías y de mujeres especialmente.
And what the city realizes and New York State realizes that the importance of small businesses working on their projects.
Y que lo que la ciudad y el Estado se dan cuenta es la importancia de trabajar con proyectos que son dueños de las personas minorías y mujeres.
And realizing that there is opportunity with working for the city of New York.
Y dándose cuenta de la importancia que es para trabajar para la ciudad de Nueva York y el Estado de Nueva York.
But that's not without its challenges and obstacles.
Eso es sin, como ustedes pueden imaginarse, sin los obstáculos que existen.
And so we realize that we need to work together to make the obstacles and challenges available where we can reduce the obstacles in general.
Entonces se dio cuenta que por medio de los obstáculos que existen de trabajar juntos con la comunidad de minorías y mujeres.
We find in the construction industry, the obstacles and challenges are bonding to get insurance and financing, as I had spoken to Robert earlier.
Encontramos los obstáculos en el financiamiento y también consiguiendo el seguro que es necesario para la construcción.
But when you have organizations such as LULAC, organizations such as Women's Builders Council, and other organizations that can work together, it's a way that those obstacles become a little less challenging.
Pero cuando tenemos organizaciones como el LULAC, reconocemos que los obstáculos son menos y por eso está bien aquí hoy.
So it is my hope that the voice of LULAC continues.
Entonces es mi esperanza de que la voz de LULAC continúe.
The voice in the city, the voice in the state, and the voice for the country.
La voz en el Estado, la voz en la ciudad y la voz en este país.
I thank you, and it's an honor to be here.
Les agradezco y es un honor estar aquí. Buenas noches. Gracias.
Continuamos esta noche y a mí me toca la parte en español y mi compañero no me va a traducir. Esta vez lo hago completamente solo en español. Le subí un poquito el volumen, pero bueno, no hay problema, creo que estaremos haciéndolo bien. Vamos a presentar esta noche a la señora Bruni Sánchez. Es especialista en difusión de datos de la región de Nueva York de negocios del Censo Federal. Comenzó en el censo en enero del 2009 como especialista de asociaciones, como partnership especialista, y luego pasó. Le podemos bajar un poquito nada más, no mucho. Gracias. Bueno, Decíamos que luego pasó a manejar un equipo de especialistas en el norte de New Jersey desde el 2010. El enfoque de su puesto ha cambiado de uno de movilización y acceso, concientización y uso también de datos censales. Ella es bilingüe y su rol es realizar presentaciones de datos censales y asistencia técnica de cómo acceder a interpretar datos censales para la comunidad hispana y el público en general. Antes de trabajar para el negocio del Censo Federal, mantuvo una carrera en varias instituciones financieras por 15 años en el área metropolitana de Nueva York, Puerto Rico y también el mercado caribeño. Ronnie posee un bachillerato en ciencias de computadoras de la Universidad de Puerto Rico y una maestría en administración de empresa con concentración en finanzas también de la Universidad Interamericana de Puerto Rico. Seguimos, compartimos. Nuestro compañero don Roberto Donoso también viene a compartir el micrófono de esta manera para presentar a nuestra invitada.
Okay, Bruni Sanchez is a data dissemination specialist for the U.S. Census Bureau, New York's regional office. She joined the U.S. Census Bureau in January of 2009 as a partnership specialist and then became a team leader where she managed a team of partnership specialists in northern New Jersey. Since the 2010 census, the focus of her position has shifted from mobilization to data access, awareness, and use. She is bilingual, and her census data, she is bilingual, and her role is to provide the Latino community and the general public with presentations on census data and provide technical assistance on how to access and interpret these data. Before joining the U.S. Census Bureau, she worked in several financial institutions for 15 years within the New York Metro, Puerto Rico, and Caribbean markets. Bruni earned her BS in Computer Science from the University of Puerto Rico and Masters of Business Administration with a finance concentration from Inter-American University of Puerto Rico. Let's welcome Bruni. Applause, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Well, as everyone said, I would like to thank Silvia Matos and Lulac for this invitation of allowing the Census Bureau to be here tonight and bringing you interesting data in Hispanics. I would also like to acknowledge my boss and supervisor, Nika Hakis. She's the Census Bureau's Assistant Regional Director, and she's the one who allows me to travel all over to bring this interesting data to you. Okay, so these are the topics I'm going to be presenting tonight to you, and they are, I'm going to take a look at the national view of the Hispanics in the U.S. Then we're going to take a look at the Hispanics in New York City and some data on New York City businesses, Hispanic owned firms. Okay, so in 2010, every 10 years, we do a count of everyone in the nation, and here we have a map of the Hispanic population at a national level. And the colors represent the different population groups, Hispanic population groups, that are the largest group in that state. So we have blue are Mexicans, and they're the largest, there's over, 11 million from the 15.5 million Hispanics that were counted in 2010. The majority were Mexicans, and they're the largest in 40 states. Okay? So we see in the Northeast, in our area, the largest group is Puerto Ricans in the Northeast. We see in Florida it's Cubans. We see in the DC area it's Salvadorans. We see there in Rhode Island it's Dominicans. It's the largest Hispanic group. And now we're going to take a look at New York City. Okay? So the New York City Hispanics. Now in 2010, there were 3.5 million Hispanics in New York State. But the majority of those Hispanics, 2.3 million, are in New York City. And New York City, we consider the 5 boroughs, Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island. and Manhattan. Okay, so in 2010, the increase from 2000, the Hispanics in New York City increased 8%. So for 2010, there were 2.3 million Hispanics in New York City. However, there's a lot going on with the Hispanics in New York City. Okay, as I mentioned, Puerto Ricans are the largest group. But the Puerto Ricans are, as we can see, there was an 8% reduction. They continue being the largest group. But there was a reduction in Puerto Ricans, and we can see all the different groups, how they're emerging into the city, right? We see how the Dominican population increased. The Mexican population with 71%, they increased in New York City. Ecuadorians increased significantly as well. Colombians, Hondurans, Guatemalans, hey, let's watch out for Guatemalans, they're increasing over 100%. And we see the Cubans and the Puerto Ricans decreasing. Where are they going? Well, I think Florida, right? A lot of them are moving to Florida. Okay, so the next one. So we have projections. Everyone working with the Hispanic community, we have in 2012 from 15.5 million Hispanics that were counted in 2010. The new figure is 53 million. So that's what you have to know. 53 million are the Hispanics in the U.S. And there's projections that they're going to exceed over 130 million by 2050. Now, recently, last year,